Tonight on The Edge, we're monitoring several developing stories, and we begin tonight with a news alert from Comerica Park.
The rock band Green Day rushing off the stage in an apparent security scare. This video was posted by State Senator Dana Paul-Hankey, who attended tonight's show. Now, we just learned that it was an individual drone flown into the stadium that caused an alarm for the band. Detroit police were able to arrest the suspect outside of Comerica Park. The band returned to finish the song about 5 minutes after the scare. They told the crowd to put their phones away and instead live in the moment.
We'll take you now to West Bloomfield. That's where a driver crashed into this medical building on Orchard Lake Road, north of Maple, around 6:30 tonight. You can see the force of the crash caused severe damage to the F-150 and the building. The road was closed for hours as crews worked to make sure the structural integrity of the building was intact. We're told the driver has serious but non-life-threatening injuries. The cause of the crash still under investigation.
Obviously, what you see behind us is an evil thing today.
A new school year and new mass shooting to tell you about. This time the site was Appalachian High School in Winder, Georgia, about 1 hour outside of Atlanta. In all, there are 13 victims, and 2 students and 2 teachers aren't returning to their families tonight. We've learned at only 14 years old, the suspected shooter was already on the FBI's radar for making threats last year when he was 13.
Fox's Sharon Crowley has the latest developments on another tragic day in our country.
I was sitting in my classroom and he came up to the door to our classroom. Classmate got up. She went to open the door, but she didn't because she saw that he had a gun. She announced it. As soon as she announced it, he started firing. We all went into the corner.
Our math teacher got shot, and he was just laying there like in blood and everything.
Appalachian High School students describing the terrifying moments that unfolded as a school shooter started firing, killing 2 students and 2 teachers and wounding 9 others.
He went to the other classroom next to ours, and I'm pretty sure I heard like 6 to 8 gunshots, and then I'm pretty sure he moved on to another hall because I heard more gunshots.
The school in Winder, Georgia, an hour outside Atlanta, went into lockdown. A student taking this video of kids hiding under their desks until law enforcement arrived and moved everybody outside.
Told us to get our hands up, so we got out and we were walking out, and then we walked past and there was a room, and then there was a body, and there was the gun laying on the ground, with the bullets and the blood.
When I looked to my left side on the floor, I saw one of the shooters. And then, I would say 10 inches before that, there was a kid that was deceased.
The Georgia Bureau of Investigation identifying the shooter as 14-year-old student Colt Gray. Gray will be charged as an adult with multiple counts of murder. Investigators say once they found him inside the school, he surrendered immediately.
My heart hurts for our community, but I want to make it very clear that hate will not prevail in this county.
This is the latest among dozens of school shootings across the U.S. in recent years. The killings in classrooms have set off gun control debates and prompted children to practice active shooter drills in classrooms. And on days like this one, fear spreads to their parents.
It's just really scary.
I mean, you're fortunate.
Yeah, we are fortunate that he was okay, but yeah, you just don't think it's going to be your kid.
Sharon Crowley, Fox News.
Weighing whether to reinstate a lawsuit related to the Oxford High School shooting. A judge ruled that Oxford schools and its employees have governmental immunity following the 2021 school shooting. A panel heard arguments today in court. The victims' families sued Oxford schools and staff in separate cases, alleging they were careless in not preventing the massacre. The shooter, Ethan Crumbly, is serving a life in prison sentence. Both of his parents were given the maximum sentence of 10 to 15 years in prison.
Also tonight, how long can you actually go? An elderly woman allegedly carjacked by a young man because he didn't want to walk anymore.
As if that wasn't bad enough, the suspect was nearly let back out onto the streets after his arrest.
Fox News' Jessica Dupnek explains why in this exclusive report.
The elderly woman that this happened to says that she is physically okay, but that this really changes her life forever. Ever since this happened, she's watching her back.
I thank God that I'm alive.
The 72-year-old victim we'll call Deborah, carjacked, the man hiding behind a trash can, ambushing her at an ATM. 18-year-old Isaiah Marcellus Jones would later tell police he was sick of walking and decided to take the elderly woman's car.
I just got so nervous, the most nervous I've ever been in my life.
A Friday morning trip to Zeal Credit Union in Dearborn ended with a gun in her face.
He had the gun in his hand, and the first thing he says, "Give me your keys." And I said, "Please don't hurt me. Please don't shoot me."
He allegedly demanded her car keys and purse, wouldn't even let her grab her cell phone, and drove off, leaving Deborah stranded to walk a half mile to the only store open for help.
The belongings that was in my purse, it could be replaced, but my life could not be replaced.
Dearborn police quickly zeroed in on Jones. They surveyed him, then moved in for the arrest in Southfield the same day. They got the gun he allegedly used to terrorize Deborah too.
People that are prey on the vulnerable, that prey on elderly, that prey on children, I agree with you, Jessica. They're dangerous, and we need to make sure to protect our communities and our officers from those individuals.
Jones was arraigned Sunday, given a $50,000 personal bond by 36th District Magistrate Malika Ramsey Heath, meaning he wouldn't have to put any money up front to get out of custody.
So a personal bond for a violent offense like this is extremely rare, and it's out of the ordinary.
Dearborn police extremely concerned and confused by that decision, given the allegations.
It's a capital offense. The penalties in the state of Michigan are life imprisonment.
Dearborn's Chief Judge Sam Salome held an emergency hearing Monday before Jones was let out, changing his bond to $50,000 cash. He remains in custody. Some comfort for Deborah, who says her life is just different now.
I'm terrified now. I'm panicking. I'm paranoid. I look around everywhere I go now.
Magistrate Ramsey Heath, who set that personal bond in this case, also made headlines in 2022 for a similar low bond situation involving a shooting suspect. Now, regarding this most recent case, the head judge at 36th District Court had no comment on the case or the bond that was set. Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
Anybody who's brazen enough to brandish a weapon at a bank in the middle of the day, they catch our attention.
Dearborn Heights police investigating a bank robbery. Early this afternoon, a masked man armed with a gun walked into the Flagstar Bank branch on Ford Road and ordered everyone to the floor. We're told the tellers gave him a bag of cash, and he was spotted driving away in a maroon-colored Ford Fusion. Police are checking nearby cameras to help lead them to the suspect. He was dressed in this tan-colored hooded sweatshirt and black dancing skeletons on the front, blue baggy pants, and black sneakers. Dearborn Heights police are looking for tips right now to help track him down.
We need to stop and think before we pull a gun out. Yeah. We need to think, because we have brains for that. We have guns for the military and for actual reasons, not for cars in our driveway.
Strong words from the family member of a murder victim as a killer is sentenced for a senseless shooting. It was July of 2022 when someone parked in front of Winston Kirtley Jr.'s driveway during a party. The irate homeowner came out shooting, hitting 8 people. 2 of those victims died. Kirtley will spend the rest of his life behind bars without the possibility of parole.
Well, neighbors reported hearing explosions, and now this is all that's left of a Superior Township home.
We're told an elderly couple was at home at the time. Fox News' Dave Kitchen has more on how they're doing tonight.
It was fully engulfed when I came up, yes, yeah. I could see the smoke like 3-4 miles away.
Neighbors in Superior Township stunned by a massive house fire on Frains Lake Road near Prospect, northeast of Ann Arbor. A couple in their 80s thankfully making it out alive.
Oh yeah, very shaken up. I think they're both in shock, as we are as well. We have their dogs over at our place. We've told them they can stay with us for, if they need to for a few days. I don't know if they're going to get a hotel. I'm not sure what's going on.
Fire officials say it all happened around noon Wednesday, with one of the homeowners reported to be trapped inside, but they were able to break free.
We had 10 fire departments here. This is a rural area, so there's no fire hydrants. So we had a large tanker operation because of this house was very, very large. Very fast-moving fire. The winds were out of the northwest, probably about 5 to 10 miles an hour. So that's what fanned the fire.
Witnesses say several explosions were heard in the home. Fire officials say they are looking at the back of the house for a cause, but have not pointed to anything just yet. The elderly man who lived here had to be hospitalized after inhaling smoke. Neighbors say he put his whole life into this house.
So we've lived here 27 years ago, and when we first moved in, half of the structure was there, and you could tell it was pride and joy. The owner definitely put a lot of love and labor into this property, and it's
kind of hard to look at.
Very hard to look at, yeah.
We're not sure how long the homeowner will be in the hospital for smoke inhalation treatment. We do know his wife was not hurt. Fire officials say it took them 3 tankers worth of water to get that blaze under control. In Superior Township, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Well, labor unrest at Detroit's Marathon Petroleum Refinery forcing Teamsters to walk off the job early this morning.
Yeah, the strike for better wages and working conditions comes after several months of failed negotiations. Members of Teamsters Local 283 have been without a contract since January. Now things have finally reached a breaking point.
Hopefully we can get them back to the table soon, but we'll be here until some of our demands and some of our, asks are met. We're willing to meet in the middle, but, there has to be a middle.
Workers also want to renegotiate seniority, vacation rights, outsourcing on maintenance work, and more.
Yeah, we're just talking about those. Everybody had their tops down and the cars out today. If you like today's weather, there's a good chance you'll enjoy tomorrow as well.
Yeah, Captain Rich Luderman has our sunny forecast. Hey, Rich.
We are on a roll, that's for sure. And tomorrow is going to be the warmest day of this stretch. However, you can see the cold front that's approaching, crossing the U.S.-Canadian border north of Minneapolis, up around Winnipeg, north of Lake Superior. Some showers and storms. We're high and dry for tonight and tomorrow. This ridge extends out to New York City. For Harrisburg as well. Right now, it's quiet across the area. How about some live pictures from the Big Apple? That's the Empire State Building there, just left of center. Not the tallest in this depiction, but there it is, a beautiful shot from the Big Apple. Right now, temperatures are cooling off. These are the highs earlier today. 77 for us, 80 in Muskegon. Look at Traverse City, 83 degrees. Here are those highs closer to home, 82 in Toledo, 77 in Port Huron at the airport, 77, 54. Still cooler than where we should be. 51 Ann Arbor right now, 65 in Pontiac. A very light flow from the south and east. 72 Chicago, 65 in Buffalo. Cooler up there around Marquette at 61. So high pressure gives way off the East Coast. Here comes that next cold front. This will bring showers to the area late Thursday night into Friday. And it does turn cooler on the backside. That's your Saturday forecast. Comfortable tonight down to 58. Tomorrow's a great looking day. Plenty of sunshine, warm and dry, a high of 85. And then right there is the full 7-day. Some showers on Friday, not an all day soaker. Still a shower chance on Saturday, but breezy and cooler. And then another warm stretch next week. We'll check it for you at 4 a.m.